Hello and welcome to one and all once again. In today's class, I'm going to explain to you about the next definition of economics, that is the growth definition given by Paul A. Samuelson. Okay. So in the previous class, I explained to you about the definition given by Lionel Robbins, the scarcity definition given by Lionel Robbins. Even though Lionel Robbins' definition considered to be superior than the earlier definitions, still there are some defects in Lionel Robbins' definition, which was rectified by Paul A. Samuelson. Okay, so let me move on to what is the next definition given by Paul A. Samuelson. So switch over to whiteboard and let me explain to you about the features of growth definition given by Paul Samuelson. Okay. Okay, this is the fourth definition of economics, that is growth definition given by Paul A. Samuelson. Okay, so Paul A. Samuelson, he published a book, Economics, an introductory analysis. This was one of the best-selling economic textbooks, an introductory analysis, and also he won a Nobel Prize in 1970, the first American to win a Nobel Prize in economic sciences. Okay, so he gave his own definition, which is called as the growth definition. So once I explain to you about the definition and its features, then you will understand why his definition is considered as called as the growth definition of economics. Okay, so the definition given by Paul Samuelson was, so the definition, economics, I just want to mention that whenever you are writing the definition in your answer script, you have to start with the inverted commas and end with the inverted commas. All the definitions, all the quotations of the economists have to be represented within the inverted commas. Okay, so please don't forget to mention the inverted commas. Okay, so and as far as possible, the wordings also should not change. The definition, word by word, it has to be the same. So please memorize. So here, this is the definition given by Paul Samuelson. Economics is the study of how people and society choose, with or without the use of money, to employ scarce productive resources which could have alternative uses to produce various commodities over time and distribute them for consumption now and in the future among various people and groups in the society. It analyzes the benefits of improving patterns of resource allocation. See, all these definition, I know they are quite lengthy, and the words, the vocabulary is also a little bit difficult for some of you maybe. But then once you understand the definition, you will automatically it will be easy for you to memorize, and you will be able to remember it. Okay, first you have to understand what exactly the definition implies. Okay, so as per this definition, what is economics is the study of how people and society choose with or without the use of money to employ scarce productive resources. So let me highlight, let me mark it as this is the first one, scarce productive resources. The second you underline, which could have alternative uses. Okay. Then the third one, highlight with or without the use of money. And then fourth one, let me highlight over time. Fifth, underline produce this also and distribute. Okay. And sixth, now and in the, so this is also fifth. This is sixth, now and in the future. And then the seventh, benefits of improving the patterns of resource allocation. So just mark it like that, highlight the words, phrases like this, then it will be easy for you to understand the meaning as well as remember the definition. So based on this, scarce productive resources which could have alternative uses. You can understand what does that mean, with or without the use of money. So let me write in separate page. So features, you can pause the video, whatever I have highlighted, highlight like that and mark it like that. Then you will be able to understand the definition as well as able to frame the features of the definition. Okay. So the first one, what did he mention? Scarce productive resources which could have alternative uses. So this phrase we all already have seen, isn't it? Alternative uses. Already Lionel Robbins mentioned the same thing. So this one implies, so Samuelson, he also implies the same thing which is mentioned by Lionel Robbins as mentioned by Robbins. That is, resources are limited and they also have alternative uses. So the same thing he also emphasized. They also have alternative uses. Okay. Then the next thing, with or without the use of money. With or without the use of money. So then this one implies this problem is, what problem? Scarce resources which are having alternative uses. So this problem is applicable to all types of society. What do I mean by all types of society? Either with money or without money. So money economy as well as the barter economy. Even without the use of money also, this scarce productive resources which have alternative uses is applicable. Okay. So this problem is applicable to all types of societies. So that is the second meaning we are getting from this definition. Okay. Then the next one is, produce various commodities and distribute. So What do we understand by this? So Samuelson included both production of commodities as well as distribution of commodities. So earlier we have seen, like Adam Smith definition and all, he had neglected the distribution aspect of wealth. He included only the generation or the production aspect of wealth. But Samuelson very clearly mentioned both the production as well as the distribution of commodities. Okay, so both are included in this. Okay, then the next one, what he has mentioned is this production and distribution of commodities over time. This is the highlight of his definition. So he mentioned the words over time. So Samuelson included the concept of time element, which was neglected by Lionel Robbins. So we have seen, isn't it? Is one of the criticisms of Lionel Robbins' definition was, his definition was static. That is, always the wants are unlimited and means are limited, and how we are going to adjust that. So that's what the defect of Lionel Robbins' definition. But since he has included the words over time, so he included the time element concept in his definition. That's why his definition is considered as dynamic. Samuelson's definition is considered as dynamic. And then not only over time, he also included the words now and in future. So what does this imply? The production of the commodities is not going to happen overnight. The production of commodities is going to take a certain period of time. So the production and consumption of commodities, not only for the consumption is not only for current consumers, but also for the future consumers. Okay, so the production and consumption and distribution is all going to be included both as for the present times as well as for the future. Okay, so he included the time element concept in the definition. So now and in the future. That's why his definition is considered to be dynamic. Okay, and the last part, improving the last phrase what you said is improving the patterns of resource allocation. So what is the meaning improving the patterns of resource allocation? I think I already explained to you what is the meaning of resource allocation. The scarce mean how we are dividing it, distributing it. Okay. So if you are improving the patterns of resource allocation, that means what? You are not wasting the resources. You are properly using the resources. So not only for the current consumption, you are saving it. You are rationally using the resources for consumption in future also. So in this way, when you are improving the patterns of resource allocation, that means improving the patterns of resource allocation for production, for distribution, for consumption, for now as well as in the future. So if the resource allocation is made properly for production currently as well as for in the future, how that will happen? Automatically, if the production increases, what happens? The output in the country increases, isn't it? So when the output in the country increases and the distribution also increases, automatically the income of the people increases. So the output cannot increase without increase in the level of employment. So all the three things are increasing in a country: output, income, employment. Everything is we are talking about the problems of increasing the output, the problems of increasing the employment, the problems of increasing the income, that is the national income of a country. So if you are increasing everything, that is what is called as the growth of the country. So that's why his definition is considered as the growth definition of economics. Okay, so that's why it is relatively superior than the definition given by Robbins. So since he included all types of societies, since he has included the production consumption for currently as well as for the future, since he paved the way for the growth of the national income of an economy, his definition is considered to be not only dynamic, but also it covers almost everything. So the subject matter of economics has been widened. Okay, widened in its scope. So this is a definition given by Paul Samuelson. And in your syllabus, this is the last definition. You have 4 definitions in your syllabus: wealth definition, welfare, scarcity, and the growth definition. Okay, so finally, Paul Samuelson concludes economic growth should be the main problem that has to be analyzed by the subject economics. Okay, now does it end here? See, the thing is, even though in your syllabus only 4 definitions have been given, I already mentioned to you, no 2 batch of economists, no 2 economists have the same view. And you cannot conclude this is what economics is all about. Okay, so you can study so many things under the subject matter economics. You cannot say economics is going to analyze only about wealth. You cannot say economics is going to analyze only about scarcity. You cannot say economics is going to analyze only about the welfare, etc. Because there are so many problems which are arising in the nation, in the country, in the world all over. So those problems and challenges, whatever those economic problems arising all over the world, those problems and challenges have to be analyzed by the economists, and those challenges have to be provided the solution. All these economists, they are providing the solution for all those economic problems faced by the nation, faced by the world even today. So that's why you cannot confine economics in one particular subject matter. Okay, so there was an economist named, Jacob Weiner. So he gave a very ambiguous definition. Economics is what economists do. So this is the definition conclusion Jacob Weiner gave. Economics is what economists do. That means whatever the challenges which are arising in the world from time to time, if those challenges can be solved by an economist, all those challenges will be included in the subject matter of economics. Okay, so see the current, for example, if you know the service, we already criticized Adam Smith did not include service. Even Marshall did not include services. They emphasized only about goods. But today, IT sector is revolutionizing the world. You can't expect the economists belonging to 18th century and 19th century to know about IT sector. You cannot expect the economists of those centuries to know about what are MNCs, what is global warming, what is globalization, isn't it? So all those things are benefits of the nation, benefits for the world, as well as they are posing challenges also. So all those challenges, whatever the challenges that are erupting in the world from time to time, if all those challenges can be analyzed by an economist and can be provided solutions for all those challenges, all those matters will be included in the subject matter of economics. Okay, so you cannot just confine economics. This is what economics is going to study about. That's why Jacob Weiner said that economics is what economists do. Okay, so that ends the definitions of economics. So next class, based on these definitions, we can frame out, well, we can finally conclude what are all the basic problems affecting each and every nation. So which I will, in the next video, I will explain to you about the next topic, that is the fundamental problems of an economy. Okay, so if you like this video, please like it. I mean, if you find this video useful, please like, subscribe, share to your friends, and please don't fail to mention your comments in the comment box. Anything about suggestions, your doubts, whatever it is, please mention in the comment box. Okay, so until my next video, take care. Bye bye.